Next up, Russ and I discuss the state of physical media in 2025.
And it's not as dire as you've been led to believe.
Or is it? Welcome back to 4K Kings. My name is Matt.
I am Russ.
And we are back again talking about the state of physical media in 2025. We will be discussing trends, we'll be discussing sales, streaming, the impact of streaming, the big labels, the small labels, and why it is so important for us all to support physical media. We have covered this topic extensively.
We have a whole channel about it.
If you want to know what the state of physical media was like in 2022, go back and check that out. We're now here in the future. So we always start these videos off to Russ discussing one main thing, and that's this general statement: is physical media dying or is it thriving?
It ebbs and flows. There's been ups and downs. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Go watch the 2022 one. Physical media, the news at that time, there was a lot going on.
DVD.
Before we talk about the positive news, because there is positive news to share, let's get the bad news out of the way.
I was about to say, you have to set the reality before you provide the hope that changes the reality.
We use the term niche. It's kind of settled into a place where it's being marketed to not the masses as much, but more the collecting audience and the collectors out there, which is us. But in terms of sales, year over year, sales have declined. In 2006, things started to taper off slightly for DVD when Blu-ray came onto the scene. But still in 2006, DVD was bringing in $16.3 billion. Blu-ray and DVD combined made $1.5 billion in 2023. In 2024, sales declined again 23.4%, in total falling below $1 billion in sales for the very first time.
Physical media, I'm not surprised Best Buy is getting away from that.
Best Buy and Target, as we mentioned, stopped selling physical media over the years of 2023 and 2024. Disney stopped physical media in Australia last year. They closed their movie club. They sent their physical media to Sony. Redbox, they shuttered in 2024.
That's weird. How did you think I saw all the movies I watch?
It's Steelbook only releases in the US, which have also been very costly lately. We've seen that from Disney at least and other places. And it makes it harder for new people to jump in.
Yeah, that's not a promising business model.
Some companies just are deciding to stop making 4K Blu-ray players altogether. So you had LG, Samsung, Oppo, they're no longer making 4K players. And PlayStation and Xbox introduced their systems with optional disc drive. That was a 4K player. For some people, that's how they watch their movies. And there's just feels like there's a lot of like roadblocks being put up for people.
Usually I would be completely cynical, but you want to know another aspect of these trends that gives me hope is Gen Z. I'm hip with the kids, man. I'm one of those guys, so I'll show up, I'll flip the hat around backwards and just blend right in. You know what I think put it on their radar? The video game industry, which is having similar issues. You don't have what you loved steady.
Yep.
We're renting everything now. They want discs, which is why I'm sure even in the PlayStation 5, they didn't completely gut it. They made it an option.
Yeah.
They know that demand is still there. It's not all gloom and doom.
DVD, Russ.
Yeah.
DVD's still on top sales-wise. Can you believe it?
Going nowhere. I know, it's going nowhere, Matt. Dude, this is the state of physical media for all time.
It is,
DVD
dude.
is king.
And you can pick up a DVD player for under $200. DVD.
And also, what continues to be the case this year is that Blu-ray is stale. DVD still getting the sales, 4K getting the sales, Blue is getting squeezed out.
And I think every collector has had this dilemma where it's a title you love and you would buy, but it's Blu-ray only, and you're like, damn, I know if I lay down the money for this, a couple months down the road, they're gonna hit me with the 4K. And everyone knows it's middle of the road and aimed at no demographic because there is no middle class anymore. So it's DVD or 4K. And we all know DVD is king.
DVD.
Let's talk about why 4K has been seeing a little bit of uptick in sales and why that's really important and why I love that so much.
Yes, this is the new wave of the future. Isn't this the way the industry's going to go?
That's right.
4K has been out since 2016, and even though it had steady growth, it's always had the smallest piece of the pie, even as late as 2023. But when you fast forward to this year, 4K is beating even Blu-ray week to week and is starting to take away from DVD as well. Other good news, Russ. You want to hear some more good news outside of the sales?
Dude, I'm having a blast right now. Keep the good news rolling.
Keep the good news rolling. All right. Newer filmmakers like a Christopher Nolan, Robert Eggers, and so forth, like we just mentioned, where they see this as the future of the format. They see it as a way to make sure that their films are the most pristine way that they can be seen at home.
If you're a master craftsman director like Nolan, you want a definitive edition that cannot be touched in any way possible.
And did you see Sean Baker when he won at the Oscars backstage when he was being interviewed by reporters? He just went off about physical media.
You just mentioned physical media. I know it's a boutique thing now, perhaps a niche, but there are passionate people out there, and there are so many incredible films from our past being restored and being re-released on Blu-ray and 4K. That's an incredible thing for cinephiles these days. We're living in a golden age. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Paramount, Warner Brothers, Universal, Lionsgate, Disney, and Sony, they're all sort of the big players still. And Sony just put a new 4K player out. I just mentioned some doom and gloom, no new 4K players. Sony is putting a new 4K player out. Lionsgate also launched a new physical media endeavor called Lionsgate Limited. They're doing limited steelbooks of new and old titles. They all have some really nice original art and nice slide down slipcases that recently started adding new features to some of these. And they also care about the community. Their official Reddit account posted a note in the community. I think it's the 4K Blu-ray community. This is Lionsgate Limited. We want to hear from you. What are you guys interested in? What kind of products would you like to see? What would you like to see at a $20 to $25 level? What would you like to see at a $30 to $35 level, and so forth? I've never seen any company do that. Come to Reddit, come to where the people are living, us, where we're at, lurking in the shadows, and ask, hey, freaks, what do you want to see? Boutique labels, handling the lion's share, doing the Lord's work. They are busy restoring films. They're busy putting out quality products. Also having a bit of an uptick this year, which I was pretty happy and impressed to see. Shout Factory, their very first year in 4K was 2020, and they put one 4K out in 2020. 2023, they put out 50 4Ks. In 2024, they put out 57. So quite the journey there for the past few years. Kino Lorber, maybe the most impressive on the list, Russ, which I can't say that I'm surprised by, because they are champions of the 4K format.
I mean, they're consistent. I don't think a week goes by that they don't make an announcement.
2020 was also their first year of putting 4K titles out, and they put out one as well. But in 2023, Kino Lorber put out 23 titles. But last year, Kino Lorber more than doubled and went to 54 4K titles.
Whoa, they deserve a round of applause.
54 4K titles. That's insane. Kino's doing a lot of fun stuff too. It's old, it's new, it's 90s. Yeah. Vinegar Syndrome also a small uptick this year. They went up by one. So they started in 2020 also with 4 4K titles. In 2023, they were up to 21. And last year, in 2024, they went up to 22. But quality releases.
Yes.
They're a smaller company, but they're doing well. They're doing awesome. Criterion, they started a year late. They started in 2021. That was their first year, and they came out the door with 5. In 2023, they were at 28, and then last year, 2024, they put out 41 4K titles. For a while there, they would do like an announcement of like 4 or 5 titles, and like 2 would be Blu-ray and like 3 would be 4K. But these days, it's nearly like every title is 4K every single time. Arrow started in 2020, their first year. They put 6 4Ks out. 2023, they put out 26 4Ks. And last year, in 2024, they put out 34. Lastly, Second Sight, their first year was also 2020, and they put 1 4K title out. They're slow and steady. 2021, they put out 2 titles in 2021. In 2022, the most famous year for physical media, they put out 3, so only 1 higher each year. 2023, they doubled and went to 6, and last year they put out 8.
Slow and steady wins the race. But I'll tell you this, Second Sight, if you want to make real money, jump into that lucrative DVD market.
DVD.
Those are some of our favorite boutiques, and they're doing very well. Physical media is doing very well abroad as well. I want to give a huge shout out to UK, Australia, Germany. They are putting out physical media left and right. There are some stores and some different local places. The Archive, which is collaborated with Vinegar Syndrome. I think they own it. That's another just great physical media shop. You've still got great online retailers, Diabolic DVD, Orbit DVD. Support these places.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I didn't do fucking shit.
Let's talk about the albatross around physical media's neck, and that is streaming. Right now, the market's oversaturated. There's way too many streaming platforms. Most people still feel like either it's too much money or they don't have everything that they want. There's opportunity for censorship there. There's opportunity for things to disappear there. You never know if you're going to have the chance to see certain things because streaming might not ever pick it up. There are still movies to this day that have never, ever been on anything streaming related whatsoever. Most people are still subscribing to watch shit from 15 years ago like The Office.
To me, it's smoke and mirrors. It's a house of cards. If you have to do things like you can't report your true numbers where the actual creators can get paid, that tells me something's bad behind the scenes. I think everybody has this inherent distrust. When you turn on any streaming platform, whether it's Netflix, Max, etc., they'll give you like top 10 of the day, right? Top 10 of what? Who's doing that? I think most people see that and they think, oh, that's what everyone's watching, but it's not. And most people at the end of the day come home and just see that and be like, oh shit, everyone's watching Roadhouse, bloom. Hate this, let me fall asleep to it. And it gets a number, it gets a sale, it counts as some shit.
Which is why physical media is important. Why it's important to us, why it should be important to you, regardless of sales. Without physical media, there is no ownership. You own nothing. What you can't hold, you can't own. And anything that you've bought, even if it's digitally, there is so many cases of people buying digital games, digital movies, that it doesn't matter, they're gone. They've disappeared.
You gave them your money to have access to a piece of content that they're gonna take away from you as soon as they lose the licensing. That could be in 6 months, that could be in 2 years, but you don't own shit. That ain't a home video library, that's Disney's video library that they gave you permission to let your eyeballs watch.
DVD piracy is a crime and needs to be stopped. And the inferior quality of these pirated DVDs will spoil your enjoyment of watching the film.
You're renting memories. The options are limited. There's such a wide variety of things that you are completely abandoning by not going this route. The Sting is the oldest American narrative film on Netflix. It's one of 5 that they have that was released before 1980.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
If you're choosing to form memories with anything Netflix has produced in the past 5 to 10 years, these are going to be bad memories.
Which, by the way, is another great segue into the quality, which maybe isn't the biggest thing on people's minds perhaps these days. It's more about ease. It's more about how quickly can I just throw something on? I'm not paying too much attention if it's HD or 4K or whatever it might be. But it is honestly the only way to see the best visual and auditory presentation, including the supplemental features and packaging and all the other stuff that make this hobby fun to collect.
The home video versions of my films, the definitive versions, are the Blu-ray and the 4K versions, because there's much less compression. There's very specific authoring. We control the color of the picture, the brightness, all these things. When you stream a film, it's like broadcasting a film. We don't have much control over how it goes out.
Netflix 4K streaming has a quality level closer to 1080p Blu-ray when you look at the bit rate that they pump out to you. A 4K Blu-ray maxes out at 128 megabits per second in terms of what you're visually seeing. Streaming is 18. Some services max out at 40, and 128 is on the disc. That's the level of quality that you're able to sort of translate when you're talking about a home media release versus something that is blocky. The audio is certainly not even close to what you can get at home. And just lastly, the main point about physical media itself, it is all of the things that we mentioned. It's something to hold. It's a great product. It's fun to collect. At the end of the day, these are companies that are restoring films that might otherwise be lost. And I think that is a huge element of what this even means. Physical media itself is a thing. It's a tangible thing, but how it gets there are companies that are taking the time, whether it's lost B movies to the biggest blockbusters are saying, don't, go into the abyss and never be seen again. Let's bring these back. Let's restore them so that they're in the historical record for good. And I think that's a huge part of why physical media is important.
DVD.
So thank you for watching this video. Let us know what you think below about the state of physical media. Are you collecting? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you hopeful for the future? Let us know. Check out some of our other videos. We live stream every other Wednesday, and thank you for supporting physical media.
And on our journey to 20K, the best thing any of you guys can do who are watching, who like us and want to support us, is to give us a like, share this channel, make sure you're set up for notifications, leave us a comment. The day Matt and I hit 20K subs, Michael Keaton agreed to take us out for pistachios and pecans.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.